Now that Thanksgiving is behind us, we have to ask the big questions. Like, for example, is Addams Family Values a Thanksgiving movie? Yes, it is. At least that's what Mrs. and I think. Granted, while the entire movie isn't really about Thanksgiving, it does feature one scene, which is a classic scene and is the best and most historically accurate representation of what actually happened at the first Thanksgiving. Because if you didn't know, there was a 5-foot-tall turkey that could talk and sing and would go around saying, "Eat me! Eat me!" Before the natives rose up and burnt the pilgrims at the stake. Okay, that's not exactly what happened. I mean, like, it's close, but this version is funnier. But let's be honest, do you guys watch Addams Family Value at Thanksgiving? Because Mrs. and I, we do every year. But the big question is, what are the best Thanksgiving movies ever made? Because there aren't as many as you'd think. When it comes to Christmas, there's thousands. But Thanksgiving, not so many. But that's the question we're trying to answer on this week's episode of the United States of a Movie podcast, where every week we try to find one movie to represent each state in the United States. And this week it's a state of thanks, as we try to figure out the best Thanksgiving movie ever made. Is it Addams Family Values? Or is it Trains and Flipping Trains and Planes and Trains and Flipping Automobiles? You know that one. Trains, Planes and Automobiles? Yeah, that's right. But it's the one scene in that movie where it should have been a PG, but instead John Hughes wanted to make it an R-rated one, because when Steve Flippin' Martin is super flipping angry about his rental flipping car not being where it's supposed to flipping be, and he drops 18 flip bombs, but not that flip bomb, but the one from A Christmas Story. You know the one I'm talking about.
I want a
Flipping
car right
flipping
now.
18 times in one scene. It is a treasure of a movie. And we also pit it up against Home for the Holidays, a 90s movie directed by Jodie Foster, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Holly Hunter. That is so forgettable, which is probably why you've never heard of it. If you want to come along and join in the conversation, you can find the United States of a Movie podcast wherever you enjoy your podcasts. On Spotify, on Apple, on Amazon. We also have a YouTube show as well, if you prefer to watch as opposed to listen. But come in, join the conversation, but also do us a favor. What Thanksgiving movies are we forgetting? What movies do you watch at Thanksgiving? Is Addams Family Value a Thanksgiving movie? Yes, it is. But also, with Christmas coming up, what are some of the iconic Christmas movies that we should be talking about when we do our Christmas special? Because you know it's coming. Drop it all in the comments. Come along for a listen. Like, subscribe, and everything else. But really, just come along and join in, because it's my favorite thing.